said?
Oh, you don't want that over there?
Nah, bring it over here. I'm too fresh to walk over there. Hey, man. You talking about?
What's happening, live familiar? Y'all know we back in this thing with another one. As we got some craziness. And it's coming by way of the YNW Melly case once again. And man, in this case, it seems like they are going to name every artist out of Baton Rouge. They done already named Fredo Bang before. They named Boosie in this. And they named NBA Youngboy, NBA Ben 10, NBA Youngboy Camp. We done seen them name them all on the cool. Y'all see what they really after. But before we get started, y'all know, wipe your feet as you come in the door. Like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell icon and turn post notifications on all. That way you will be notified every time we drop a video. Go ahead and do that for your brother family. And let's go ahead and do what we do. Now, Fredo Bang name was mentioned once again as the text messages between him and YNW Melly were brought into court and shown to the people, right? And before I show that to y'all, I want to say this, man, because I know Fredo ain't gonna come out and say it, but I'll say it for him. Hey, y'all got my dog twisted, man. Y'all got Fredo twisted, man. Like, bro, why y'all keep bringing this man's name up in this case? And then the Law and Order channel went as far as to call this man a gang member. This man is not a gang member by no means. That's not even how Baton Rouge is rocking. Fredo ain't even rocking like that. He let it be known on multiple occasions he's not gang affiliated. The man is trying to be a father. He create music. He worried about his career and been worried about his career. At that time, he was just catching his buzz, just getting into the beginning of his buzz and trying to take off, not worried about any of the gang banging or anything like that, you feel me? But let's go ahead and get into what all happened with this situation, man. That way y'all know what is going on. Also, he let it be known that Ooh is trending once again, man, so that's a good thing for my boy Bang. But check out this Law and Order video, man, because, hey, man, this is crazy. We're going to react and dissect it all.
Just after, so let's take a look.
Page 20.
3220 Southwest 192nd Avenue, Miramar, Florida, 33029. I'm on my way right now, buddy.
I know that man changed his number already, but man, it'd be messed up if he didn't, man. They just put his stuff all out there for the whole internet to see. No markouts, no nothing.
I'm going down to the 9807 messages on October 26, 2018, 446.11 and 446.19. What does the 9807 number say at that point?
On this one?
Yes.
Alright, bro. Ain't nobody picking up.
And then the next one?
Crazy AF as right now. Blood, what the
What y'all expect a man to say who just watched two of his partners pass, man? What he's supposed to say? Hey, what up, bro? What you got up? You coolin'? Where you at? You at the pad? Yo, hey, bro, come pull up on me, man. Let's kick it. Let's chill, man. Swing up on me, man.
And in response to that, what does the number identified as Bang 5054 say?
Bang responds, I'm on my way. Blood, I got you.
Okay.
Like a homie's supposed to do. Your homie say you need a ride, you swing up.
And in terms of the locations or anything like that, you did not analyze any of that data?
No.
Oh. Going on to October 27th of 2018, 3:22 a.m. What does that say?
You good, blood?
And that's coming from which individual?
Fredo Bang.
Okay. Again, the 9807 phone number at this point says on October 27th, 2018, 3:25 a.m. a response?
Hell yeah. Appreciate everything, blood. I love you.
Now y'all see that part right there, right? And how they put emphasis on the fact that these men were calling each other blood, right? Well, this next part is where it really gets crazy, man, because the Law and Order channel reacted to this. And of course, these people don't know anything about what's going on right now, right? So we're going to react to all that.
Okay, so Fredo Bangs is the one that came and picked Melly up after the homicides. What I find interesting about this is that, Fredo Bangs, he gives this address of Miramar, to come pick him up, or he obviously got the pin or whatever, and Melly had sent him a couple of pins, but they, the state's saying these homicides didn't occur on Miramar. These homicides occurred, in this other location, and that Melly had sent 2 pins. So there's obviously this whole back and forth about like, hey, blood, I got you blood, this, that, and the other. So they're talking like in this language. I'm assuming that the prosecution and Danny Polo, the state's expert, are saying, hey, these are gang members talking to each other.
You know what's funny to me? How this channel allows its employees to speak on stuff that they know nothing about whatsoever. These people do not know anything about gang culture, what these men are referencing, or anything like that, man. Because if you know where the term blood started to be used at, it started to be used with the Black Panthers. It was like saying like brother. It's like calling someone your blood, like my blood, my own flesh and blood. So it's in other words saying like I love you as my brother, as one of my own. And that's the term in which they are using it as. That's the term in which, Fredo Bang and his camp uses it as. Yeah, amongst each other, they do call each other blood. They do be like, what up, blood? That's different between, a dog identifying another dog as blood, saying, what's brackin', blood? That's more so identifying them as a member versus what Fredo and them are doing, which is identifying someone as family, using it for the older term in which it originally started with, way back when with the Panthers and all them boys, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, man, where it's like, why is this Law and Order channel allowing their employees to speak on stuff that they know nothing about, to slander this man's name? And that's why I tell y'all time and time again, this is a channel that y'all should not support, because they are creating narratives and trying to convict the man. This man is in a life or death situation, but y'all have no compassion or no care or no whereabout in the world for anyone else's lives but your own, because you're not in these circumstances, but in a blink of an eye, you could be. This could be you on trial and someone making up all this stuff about you. How would you feel if a whole platform sit up there and convicted you and told people all this BS, trying to create a narrative to get you locked away just because they want to make major headlines and have a story? That's crazy, bro. Y'all do not know anything about anything that goes on in our culture. So who are you to speak on something you have no clue about? You literally have no idea as to what it is you're talking about. Everything that you know, or you think you know, you learned from the internet, or is secondhand regurgitated information, usually from law enforcement or from watching these trials and cases. You think you know something, but the people who are in the courts, the prosecutors, the district attorney's office, they don't even really know what goes on in the culture outside of what they see on the internet. They don't know the everyday things that go on in the streets and how people communicate with each other. They don't know the lingo that we use. They don't know anything about us outside of, when someone puts something online. Let's just keep it 100, man. So you're not really much qualified to try to speak on anything, let alone try to convict this man based off of what you think.
So what do you make of this series of text messages and why the state may be showing these, Bobby?
Well, because you had 4 people in that car, allegedly, and 3 only showed up at the emergency room, right? The one guy runs into the emergency room. We saw that on video, and the 2 ultimately deceased people are in the car right outside, and the defendant is not there. And so, you piece it together. Again, it's telling the story. Where's the defendant? Well, the defendant's over here. He got out of that car somehow at some point after the homicides, and he had somebody else pick him up. That's why he's not at the emergency room. That's why there's only 3 people out of the 4 that the government alleges was in that car when the shooting happened. And
man, these people act like they just cannot see when someone's trying to protect their cash cow. Bruh, if you are a high profile celebrity, you shouldn't be anywhere around any of this. And they are smart enough to understand, like, bruh, we got to get you up out of here. Because if we don't, you're going to be the first one they ready to take down and slap these type of charges on. And I'm glad they had a girl on it today who pretty much said something similar. That if, he didn't get out the car, then what's happening to him currently was going to happen. They thought it was going to happen. So they got him out the car, and, you know, it still happened anyway. So it defeated the purpose. But still, they tried to avoid this negativity, negative attention.
Of course, they have evidence that some of the shots may have come from inside the car. And why was the driver who ran into the emergency room totally unscathed, and the other two were all shot up, and somehow he escaped without any injury, without a scratch on him? And when he's in a car with his hail of bullets supposedly coming at them from the outside, from this alleged drive-by, and killing the other two people in the car, but he's in that same car totally unscathed.
Y'all hear him? You can't even get your words out right, bro, because you don't even know what you're talking about.
So, I mean, it's telling the story, and this particular exchange explains why Melly, the defendant,
the defendant, and shut your ass up, dude,
is the fourth person. That car is not in the car, I think, when they get to the emergency room, and the two people, the two victims die at the hospital. And why there were only three people. You know, here's where he is.
Man, this dude broken. He keeps stuttering and whatnot, bro. What's wrong with this man?
Explaining to the jury, he got out of that car and he made a phone call to have someone come and pick him up.
And if you're the victim, the victim of a drive-by, and your two best friends from childhood, you've just witnessed them, one sitting next to you, one sitting up front from you. You're literally witnessing them be murdered, right? In a drive-by. First of all, Bobby, how likely is it that two people in a car during a drive-by can escape unscathed?
It's very, very likely. It happens all the time. It's very likely. Not every time a car gets shot up, everybody get hit up. It happens all the time. But see, y'all wouldn't know that because you're nowhere near close to anything like that happens around your life.
Bortland Henry shows up at the emergency room, not a drop of blood on him, not a scratch on him. So how likely is that? Because I would think even if the bullets are coming in that side of the car, you're still going to A, have blood all over you, and B, it doesn't matter if there's two other people in the car. They may get hit, but you're still probably going to get hit.
Why don't you just say what you want to say, lady? We all know what you want to say. Of course they did it. They're black. There's two bodies in the car with two black men. They did it. Come on, we know what you want to say. It's all in your demeanor. You can't hide it.
Of course. And then you saw the pictures of that car with all those bullet holes, not only in the side of the car. What you don't see, because the windows are shot out, is there were bullets flying through those windows as well, because the glass would go everywhere, and glass traveling at that high rate of speed is going to impact you and cut you up. And so you'd have broken glass all over you, embedded in your face at least, because remember, our faces are up higher, right? The glass is flying.
Cap, your face ain't finna be up high if somebody's shooting at you. You're going to duck. That's what you do. You're gonna duck. Duck. Do y'all know what duck is? Duck. Get out the way. You're gonna get out the way. You're gonna hit the floor and get out the way. Man, are they idiots? Because I can't tell. I mean, this is not an action film. This ain't G.I. Joe. You ain't gonna sit there and just be still and watch glass and bullets come at you. No, you're gonna get out the way because we're not bulletproof.
At that level, it's impossible to think that all of those bullets and all of that flying glass would leave you totally unscathed if you're in that same vehicle as these two victims. I mean, they were shot up really well. A lot of bullets, a lot of glass, a lot of blood. And he comes out of that car without a scratch on him, without an ounce of blood on him. He didn't try to help. A lot of times when you try to save somebody, when they're shot up, the blood actually transfers to you. You'd have that blood on you as well. And then that combined with the fact that the state is alleging that they have evidence that some of the bullets were shot from inside the car, casings might have been found in the car. So yeah, it's really, it's a real tough sell.
Y'all can go check out the rest on their channel, but I do want to say this, man. From experience, you can get a car shot up and not have any glass on you. Not all in your face and all those cuts and all that different stuff, man. Hey, I've been through that before. More than once, twice, where somebody lost their lives in the car. You feel me? So it's one of those things, man, where this is just cap. They don't know what they're talking about. They think this is what should happen based off of their science and stuff like that. But in reality, man, there's all different types of ways things can happen. You feel me? Y'all just don't know what happened there. So to try to create the narrative that these men are guilty, that's just flat out BS. Y'all should be fired for that, honestly, man. this channel should not even be watched, because the whole time they have just called these men guilty instead of what it is, which is the fact that they are innocent until proven guilty. But y'all know, all praise be to the Most High. Peace and blessings, kings and queens.